Hi there, gang. Welcome to episode 25 of OSF TV. We've got Linda from VOWS DSM that's going to be on with us today. I've got Andrew with me, of course. Andrew, how we doing, my friend?
I'm all hyped up on coffee and bean water, as you call it, but I'm doing good.
I have successfully, so far today, caffeine-free.
Yeah?
Caffeine-free.
You're doing better than
I hear
I am.
Linda chuckling in the background. We're going to talk about that.
I'm not caffeine
She's
free.
got. Bring her up real quick. Bring Linda up. We're going to bounce back to her real quick. See, yeah, there.
Cheers, everyone.
She warned us before the show. She's like, "This is very early for recording."
Yes, as long as I can sip coffee and record, we're solid.
You are welcome to do just that. That is no problem. So, and then it's actually something that I wanted to explain to people. Is that, you know, when you're watching this show, we record in advance. We're about 6 shows ahead of where we are. So like right now, episode 20, the Ultimate Entertainment episode, is currently live on the YouTubes. And, you know, right, and we're recording, this is episode 25, so there's, you know, it's a bit of a variance. And the reason I bring this up is a couple things. First of all, the UE show, episode 20, in its first 24 hours, over 100 views.
It's amazing.
Which
It's a great show,
that is
too.
like Game of Thrones level.
Wow.
I know, like the people from Breaking Bad are like, how do they do that?
Except nobody died.
Right. I don't.
I didn't mean to sound disappointed there. That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Nobody. Darn it. We were hoping for death. Although there was controversy in episode 20 with Ultimate Entertainment. And here's the thing. And again, we record in delay. So there has been 4 episodes since then that we've recorded, and I have, at my mommy's expense, made some jokes that she doesn't watch the show. At 11:37 p.m. last night, I got a text that says, "For the record, I watch your show, Sean." You know, and she did say, you know, you guys are very funny. It was very engaging. It was very informative. But I want to formally apologize to my mommy for giving her crap. I've taught her how to subscribe, so she's on the show. But can you do me a favor and bring this up? This is one of my favorite pictures. This is my mommy and my granddaughter. This is this baby Freya and my mom. And I wanted to publicly acknowledge, and this will be the episode she doesn't watch.
Yeah.
But thank you, Mom, for putting up.
She'll hear about
with
25 and she'll be all over it.
Exactly. Also, so other kind of cool things. Yesterday, Andrew was talking with one of our other amazing vendors, and she's been on with us almost since the beginning. It's Kendra from Kendra's Crafty Cakes. And Kendra is absolutely amazing. They're out of Shell Rock, I think.
I think so.
She does beautiful, beautiful work. And we have been begging her to be on the show forever. Mainly because we want the samples. I want cake at the show. But you know, you were chatting with her about some updates on her page, and she had said, "Well, go ahead, bring this up because this is awesome." So you know, Andrew had said that we're just not forgetting about us because you were going over some details. And her response, I love this. "I could never forget about you. In fact, you're a big reason I'm still in the business." Our stress-free wedding.
We're doing good.
So she is getting clients from that. And then I chimed in. If you see the blue part, it says, "Yo, we need to get you on OSF TV, you know, and say that to everyone." And she's like, "Oh no, that's one big long no, thank you." I give you permission to read the statement on the air, though.
Well, what does every wedding professional say before they come on board?
Everybody always tells us that they're nervous.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
It's so scary. Linda, you're a pro. You've been on with us already for 4 minutes. You're a pro. You see?
Am I?
Smooth as glass.
The pressure hasn't hit me yet.
Smooth as glass. I love it. Also, this has been a big accomplishment. We are over 100 subscribers on the YouTube channel, which we are very thankful for. Thank you so much for subscribing. We really appreciate it. One of those 100 is my mommy.
I think
So
one or two
Of
of those are
course.
my folks.
some of your family chimed in. I have yet to see my brother and sister subscribe. So
Well,
hey,
now the pressure's on.
I know I'm throwing out the guilt. I am a major internet celebrity. You know,
D-list.
I can now say hundreds of fans. We have reached the hundreds. I feel just like Taylor Swift.
You don't look like her.
Well, if I put some filters on, no.
There's only so much makeup in the world,
I feel
Sean.
just like Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad. What's my name? You know, was it Eisenberg? Wasn't it?
Heisenberg with an H.
What's my name?
It's Say My Name.
Or Say My Name. That's right.
Come on.
I'm sorry. So we're getting there. Our goal is to catch Joe Rogan. That's what we're looking for is Operation Catch Joe.
Now there's
Rogan.
a look-alike.
Right. Hey, do me a favor. Actually, let's do this because the other thing that I wanted to show this is so cool. So we have been talking for a while about our new photo galleries that had been coming soon, and they have now officially launched. And I apologize for not looking at you as I'm looking at the same time, but I want to get to one of our photo galleries that one of our photographers is using. So go ahead and let's take this screen here. I want to show off the photo gallery. So again, something that the big platforms, your Wedding Wire, The Knot, Zola, all of those guys, they have a very cold view of the vendors. You get a couple pictures, you get a very basic kind of photo strip, and I think you're tapped at like 10 pictures. That's it, and a couple paragraphs. Look, this is a Kayla Schofield. She's going to be on as a guest here pretty soon. She had to reschedule. She was slated, I think, for tomorrow was originally planned, but we're gonna get her on here soon. But I just wanted to show you this amazing gallery that Andrew put together. So here's her photo gallery, just an opportunity to really highlight the pictures. And the neat thing is that you can go into detail and you can look at it that way as well. And you can save it, you can bring it to full screen, you can put it into a slideshow. We really want our couples to be able to get to know and learn about the wedding professionals that are on our platform. And we're going to show VOWS here in a second because Linda is awesome, and I'm so excited to have her on. Other thing that I wanted to bring out today, and this is one for the audience. So we're looking for feedback from people, right? Motion background, which I'm so excited about. Our cute little motion background. It's getting into the holiday season. The biggest question: do we change it?
For wintertime or for Thanksgiving time, you can't skip over Thanksgiving.
So we have to do a Thanksgiving one.
Perhaps.
Like I just picture like falling turkeys in the background. If you are old enough to remember WKRP in Cincinnati, just think of the Thanksgiving episode. Linda, do you remember the Thanksgiving episode from WKRP in Cincinnati? That was one of my favorite shows growing up.
Sorry.
Oh no!
That's been a minute.
It is one of the greatest episodes ever. Do me a favor. When you're done with this show, stay on YouTube and just type in WKRP Thanksgiving episode.
Okay.
And the show aired, it would have been like early 80s, maybe even late 70s. And it is truly one of the funniest shows on TV. And it can't run in syndication because the show takes place at a radio station. And back then, they played like actual music. Like, it was a classic rock radio station. So they played all these classic songs by the real artist. And now, thanks to licensing and ASCAP and BMI and all of the royalties and stuff, it's too expensive to air the show in reruns. So it can't run on reruns anymore, which is a shame because it truly is one of the funniest shows in TV history. So if you get a chance, YouTube, WKRP Thanksgiving episode, and then come back to our show and thank me because you
in the comment section below.
In the comment. Well, you can thank me in person too. You're welcome to stop into the studio. You have to get past our security and you'll need a badge.
You lock the doors.
But if they want to bang on the doors to get in, they can. That's all right. One more thing before we get into talking with Linda. We are one episode away from our 1-year OSFT anniversary.
It's been a whole year.
Wow.
Can you believe
They're still
that?
letting us. The YouTubes are still letting us do this.
And we can say hundreds of fans.
Way to go. Way to go.
108 at last count, but that's plural, right?
We'll get to 1,000 in what, 10 years? if my math is correct.
By the time we get to 1,000, I'm going to be dead. So.
Oh,
And I'll be the host of this show.
And finally, Andrew's in charge. So we're thinking next show, since we do run on delay and we've got some time, we're thinking like a greatest hits, like an opportunity to kind of spotlight just some of the amazing vendors that have been a guest on the show with us. We can relive our bar candy moment.
Oh, man. With actual bar candy? Sure.
I think a highlight show.
It's 10 in the morning right now, but I'll sample it.
All right. Enough in-house stuff. Hey, let's welcome my good friend Linda from VOWS DSM, VOWS Des Moines. Linda, how are you? And welcome to the show.
thank you. Good morning. I'm good.
We are so excited to have you here. So I had an opportunity to actually go down to Des Moines and tour their facility and get to know Linda and her daughter and just understand kind of their heart and where they're coming from. And I'm so excited to talk about this show. So Linda, how did you get started? How did all of this kind of concept come about?
It's kind of a series of events. I was working at a larger venue in West Des Moines. We did a renovation there, and let's see. Sorry.
You're okay. It's all right.
It was a beautiful venue. It was a large venue, and I found myself always trying to think of ways to make it a little more intimate. I was about 5 months into the project and realized that I was on the wrong track for myself. I'm a downtowner. I really wanted to pursue something more intimate. And so I started to look at real estate downtown, and it took me about 1.5 years to find the perfect spot. I did some market research in between, and long story short, we opened doors in the spring, started giving tours in April of this year.
And you've already been active as well. I mean, people are already using the facility, have already booking it, and that's one of the reasons why we were so excited to have you as part of the platform to begin with. Is that you've got the wedding background, you get it, you already know how it works and how important it is to take care of couples on their big day. But you've created something very unique. You're one of a kind in Iowa, for sure in Des Moines, and one of the very few in Iowa. And that is the micro wedding side of the equation. And so let's talk a little bit about that. You had mentioned you wanted to make it more of kind of an intimate setting. So talk about how you kind of landed on the micro wedding side of things. What made you decide with that?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I really wanted to focus on an alternative to the traditional wedding option. I think there are a lot of people out there that just need different choices. And to what you're saying, we really are, to my knowledge, a one-of-a-kind venue. We offer everything that you need to have a beautiful wedding. So it includes a decorated venue. We include an officiant. We include a photographer. We do pre-event consultation. We coordinate your entire day. We include couples fresh flowers. We do orchestrated processionals. We include your open bar, your cake. We do the room flips. We do the cleanup. We do the setup.
And what's amazing is that you do all that in a venue that holds say what, about 50 people ish.
We actually specialize in as little as 2 people for elopements, up to 65 people. And the venue we're finding is kind of a sweet spot.
And you're finding that with couples, and this is kind of a coming out of COVID trend that has survived, and I think will continue to grow, which I think is kind of neat, is that couples are looking for that the intimacy of the ceremony, and I think that's kind of finally coming into its own. Does that make sense? Because I think it's important. The ceremony is obviously the key of the whole thing. You know, you're getting married, so you've got couples that literally come in, and it's just the two of them. And that's it. You know, maybe a witness, or maybe maybe a family member or two, but like 4 people, and that's all. You know, and to have the ceremony part, but that's weird.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, I love it. And one of the cool things that you've got about your venue is that you guys are an open slate in essence, because like you've got is like the wall behind you right now, is that the movable one? Because you've got okay,
this is actually the Hollywood velvet curtain that I paid, this for. It was probably the price of a small car, but I really, really wanted this in here.
So next time I stop down there, I can do my turn in front of the curtain. And what is Sean wearing today? Oh, he's Gap.
We do have it's a movable wall, and it's on wheels, and it was custom made for the space. So it has 4 different locations within the venue. So when we have 30 guests or under, we really can take this space and make it very, very intimate without having to flip an entire room.
Right.
And then we can also open up the venue completely to 65 people, flip the entire room, and so use it chapel style, and then use it, for the wedding reception itself. It's really a pretty unique combination.
And I remember your lighting in there as well is adjustable.
Yeah.
You can really change the entire look of the room with just a few little changes, and it's crazy just how you can transform it into an entire new look. So you talk about even like with the lighting, where you can adjust where you've got your hanging lights, kind of how they're suspended. You can literally reinvent the whole room for people, right?
We can, and we do.
I think that it's so cool, because you're making it theirs. And something that I tell couples all the time, and I think some couples get so caught up in trying to appease everybody. Aunt Betty's got to be happy with the song I choose to walk down the aisle, and everybody's got to be happy with this and that and this and that. And when it comes right down to it, without this may feed the monster. This may not be a good advice, but it's the truthful advice. Is that on your wedding day, this is the one day of your life you are allowed to be selfish. If we kind of put that in terms, you are allowed to be selfish on your wedding day, because it is your day. And after you're married and you get into family and you get into everything else, selfishness goes right out the window. So you've got your one day, and you should make it 100% yours. And when you have a professional like Linda that's there at VOWS Des Moines, VOWS DSM, there's a picture of the building right there. It's so pretty. Let's talk about, because I remember when we were down there, you were talking about just the architecture of the whole area. Talk a little bit about that, because you're in the historic East Village of the downtown Des Moines area. For those of you who aren't from Des Moines, if you know like where Zombie Burger is, that's kind of like down in that area. Talk a little bit about that, just like the building and the location.
The location itself. The building is a mass timber constructed building. So it is honestly one of a kind in Iowa. It's one of very few across the country. It's an award-winning building. So like I said, I looked for a year and a half for a property. When I was lucky enough to find this property in this space, I said, wow, this vision is really going to come to life. Mm-hmm. We are 2 blocks from the river. We're steps away from the interior of East Village, which has a lot of variety, restaurants, nightlife, independent shopping. It's a beautiful area. We're 2 blocks from the AC Hotel. We've got actually several hotels within walking distance of here. It's one of the nicest areas of Des Moines. So
it's gorgeous
it's a
down there.
Perfect place. Absolutely. It's a state destination. It's a perfect place to come and have a small wedding, but make a weekend of it.
Yeah, and there's so many, for like from a photographer's perspective, there's so many awesome just places that you can go for those great in the moment photos, not only in your venue, but outside and around the community, like you said, right by the river, right by the classic kind of downtown area.
Yeah.
There's so much there, and then with so many hotels right around you, a lot of couples can take advantage of this. They can kind of make it separate, so you can have that intimate, perfect moment for the ceremony, and then you can have all of your guests congregate. If you've got 200 or 300 family members that you need to have, like the Iowa wedding average is 250 for wedding receptions. You can have everybody go to the reception, and you can have your intimate ceremony at VOWS, and then have the reception. If you've got a bigger one like that, have that at one of the venues around the area. So it balances out perfectly for you.
Yeah, we really do specialize in weddings and receptions. We have 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4.5 hour time frames. We have had a variety of couples come to us for a variety of different reasons, but certainly we've had a handful of couples that have come to us, and the few that I'm thinking about are opting for a 4.5 hour wedding and reception with us, keeping it a little more intimate for some of their older family members and their kind of I want to say people that they're a little bit, they want to give attention to during that period of time. They want to have a little one-on-one, but they realize that those people probably aren't going to party for 8 hours.
Right.
So they get their intimate time, and then, I have couples that are moving on to curate, to do a larger reception. So you really can be very creative with this concept. And to speak to what you're saying, yes, still use other venues, still move on to other places to enjoy, whether it's restaurants or, like I said, nightlife. There's a lot of opportunity for creativity to put your wedding together the way that you really want to.
Well, and that's exactly it, is that you offer them the ability, if they want to have that intimate setting. I mean, you can still throw a great party with a small group, and some of those wedding receptions, they're perfectly happy with, family and just a few close friends. You get 40 people, and you can still have entertainment. You can do live music. You can have a DJ down there. You can still have a nice meal in there, and you can connect them with all of those pieces. And we're gonna dive into that in a little bit more detail here in just a second. But we're about midway through the show, and I don't know, Linda, if you've had an opportunity to watch the show, but there is a growing momentum. One of the reasons why we literally have hundreds of subscribers.
100.
100
100 and change.
You're not helping, Andrew.
We're growing.
I am building to the Andrew moment right now, and you're taking away your own fire.
Carry on.
The reason that we have hundreds of people just begging to watch this moment, that they are emailing YouTube to ask them how to subscribe.
I'm so curious. What's happening?
Big buildup, right? This is what we call the Andrew moment, and it's going to happen right now in 3, 2, 1. Andrew moment.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching OSF TV. Make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, click the bell for notifications to be notified when we upload new content. If you have any ideas for future shows, wedding professionals you want on board, you know what you need to do?
What?
Comment your comments in the comment section below. Gasp.
I love that. Comment your comment in the comment sections below. We're going to make that a shirt. We patent pending. We're doing that. And if you are kind of new to the internet, we understand, in the lower, what would that be, right-hand corner of your screen, right by Andrew, right? There would be a little subscribe button. Just click right that, and that's all you got to do. And then suddenly you get to learn all of the really cool things that we're doing. So it's the Andrew moment. And if you want to see more of the Andrew moment, maybe we should do a highlight show of just the Andrew moment.
All the times I screwed up and doing the promos and such. How about a gag reel? We should do that. You know,
You really want to do a gag reel?
I think it'd be funny.
I still have the one where we had tried. I think it was like a 30-second one. You're like, oh, you're better at this than I am. And I'm like, yeah, I'm saving that one forever.
I'm gonna.
No,
I'll find it and I'll delete that.
No.
Scrub it from the internet.
I think we do we a blooper one? No, there's a lot of adult language in the blooper one. We would have to get a different rating from YouTube on that one. So we're talking to Linda from VOWS DSM, VOWS in Des Moines. They are a micro wedding venue. Linda has been in the business for a number of years. They just opened this year. They had their first event in August, right? 8/24 was your first official event, and you have been busy since then. And this is something else that is kind of cool, and I didn't put this in our little outline, but I know we had talked about it, is that you've got couples that are using your facilities not just Fridays or Saturdays. Let's talk about that for a second.
That's correct. Well, you know, weddings aren't just for weekends.
See, that should be a shirt. Weddings aren't just for weekends, because I think there was a Wednesday, wasn't it, that you guys were getting ready for you had a ceremony that was coming in that day.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, we will do ceremonies 6 days a week.
Love
So if you're in the mood to get married, we're your venue.
I love that. So, you know, I was looking like on your website. One of the things that sets you apart from other venues is that you've got it's a one-of-a-kind venue focused on bringing new concepts to the wedding experience. Relax, enjoy your big day with intention. VOWS is dedicated to providing fresh, effortless alternatives. We can accommodate your wedding months, weeks, and in some days in advance. And that, you know, where you've got those, they call you up on a Monday like, hey, can we come in on Tuesday?
Yeah. Actually, the very first wedding that we held in August, we had a 3-week advance notice. So we can turn around really quickly. As long as you have time to get your marriage license, we can accommodate you.
Right, got to have the paperwork in place. And
Right.
also, before the show, here you guys are brand new out of the gate, and you already are an award-winning business in Des Moines. You've got the DSM Partnership for Wedding Venues Award that you just won. So congratulations on that. That is absolutely fantastic, and it just further shows that not only are you really good at what you do, but the community is realizing what a great job you're doing, which I think is absolutely outstanding. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Very happy
Thank
for
you very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've said before, you know, we really want to be a part of the fabric of this community. I would love to be here 20 years from now.
Right.
I feel like we've got the people, we have the place, we have the product, we have the price, and really now it's a matter of promotion and letting people know that we're here and that we're doing something different than anyone else in the state.
Right, 100%. You know, and one of the neat things I remember when we first met, when we came down there and sat at the table and talked. I can't remember if it was you or your daughter brought up I know it was you. You had brought up a really cool idea because I was showing you the ourstressfree.com website, ourstressfreewedding.com. I should probably say the right place, right? This is ourstressfreewedding.com. And Linda's like, oh my gosh, you're doing, online on a bigger scale, exactly what we do right here at VOWS. Because one of the things that you do is you collaborate with, wedding coordinators, with officiants, with photographers, with catering, or you can, kind of do the do-it-yourself route too. So let's explore a little bit about that. Talk to me about the connections that you make and have with other wedding professionals in the Des Moines market or even around the Des Moines area.
Right. Well, the two vendors that we work consistently with are VOWS and the Florist. They are coming up on their 100th year anniversary.
Wow.
So they're obviously leaders in their industry. They're a fantastic vendor, very reliable. Most of the florists in town have worked with them or may buy their flowers through them. So like I said, we're very pleased to work with them on a consistent basis. Our food comes from Port of Des Moines. So Michael Lavelle has spearheaded that for many years. Again, a leader in his industry. He has managed both of the private clubs in Des Moines. He's the owner of River Center. He owns Purveyor. His wife is involved with Trellis at the Botanical Center. Needless to say, we offer top-notch food. We've done a handful of photo shoots. And so we work with a lot of photographers here in town. I have people reach out to do shoots here quite a bit. I love to see the space transformed with someone else's vision. It's a lot of fun. I have an artistic eye, and so I have a great appreciation for that. And we certainly reach out, obviously, to any planners. If you have a photographer that you prefer, a planner that you prefer, you want to have your pastries or cakes done, by someone who's personal to you. We're easy breezy. We want to make these happy. We want to make these couples happy. They get what they want.
Rule number one: what the couple wants, the couple gets. And I think it's great that you offer them so much direction, because when couples first start planning their big day, they don't know where to go. So they find your place, they fall in love with your concept and what you have, and then you're able to walk with them and help point them to some different vendors that that you trust, that you work with, that will help make their day amazing. And by having someone in their corner like yourself, that's what makes the biggest difference. That's exactly what we do at Our Stress-Free Wedding, is finding those wedding professionals that are out there. And we need to take note of everybody she mentioned on there, because they should be on the platform with us.
That'd be a good idea.
I'm just
right?
saying, we could get together. I know this great little micro venue in Des Moines, and the owner is really cool.
Yeah.
And we could, get together with these other vendors that she knows and have a little meeting, have a couple cocktails. I hear wine is very popular in the Des Moines area. Some of you weird coffee people can drink coffee. But I think we need to have a little get together. That's my thought. I love
real
that.
recognize real.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
Oh,
a little later in the day. I said I come alive a little later in the day. This is why I don't give tours at 10 in the morning.
You're doing fine. You're smiley. See, you haven't nodded off yet. You're off to a good start.
Okay, you say so. This is a first for me. So
you're doing great. I love it. So let's talk about your interaction with the couples. Kind of knowing from your background as a wedding professional, and knowing when most couples come to you and they walk in the doors, or they reach out to you, however it is, they're generally starting at zero, because, and especially in your situation where they can do their ceremonies there, a lot of people will look for where to do their ceremonies first, then the venue, and then everything else kind of falls into place. So you're kind of hitting box 1 and 2 right off the bat. There's ceremony and venue all together. So when you're talking to couples, odds are pretty good this is where they are just starting. So talk to me, if I walk in the door this afternoon, when you're better in the afternoon, and I'm brand new at this, I have no idea what to look for and what to do. How do you help guide couples through that process?
Well, I mean, for me, it's all about the couple. That's where I get the joy. So I love the tours. I love the planning process. I love the events themselves. This is what makes me tick. All of the things that go on behind the scenes is hard work for me. But
right.
The tours, the people, the socialization, the receptions, all of that, that's very heartfelt on my end. When you walk through my door at VOWS, I want you to feel very comfortable and very much at home. I describe to you, show you the venue, talk to you about what your options are, explain our process from beginning to end, and listen to your story, talk to you about your vision for your day. It's important to me, while we give you a foundation and we really organize things for you, we really take care of so many different aspects of the wedding for you so that you can show up here the day of your wedding and enjoy your family and enjoy your friends, just enjoy that part of the experience. We honestly run the show pretty much for you.
Sure.
We're highly adaptable in the moment, and each of these weddings, take different twists and turns based on the couple and the guests that are here. I forgot your original question.
No,
I went off on a tangent.
No, you really didn't, because you're kind of answering questions that they were kind of next in line. So you're doing. It's like you have a script or something.
We actually have a very specific. We have a very specific process that we put into place. So from the time you come and tour with us and see what we have to offer, we follow that up with a very specific process that makes it very easy for couples from the time they make a commitment to their date to the time that they walk through the door on their wedding day. It's a nice streamlined process that's professionally run and orchestrated.
And you brought up a great point as you were talking about that, is that you want kind of, your goal is for them to really have basically 3 jobs. And it's my favorite kind of goal that a lot of the wedding professionals that we talk about at ourstressfreewedding.com really focus on. And by the time you get to the big day, the couple's only jobs are show up. That's that counts. Say I do at roughly the right time, and then enjoy themselves.
Absolutely.
That should be it. It's 3 things. And with your team and your philosophy, the way that you put things together, you've got all that in place. And I'm sure, during the planning process, as you're talking with them and, you go over their vision and how they want things to kind of look, and you can kind of walk with them and say, yeah, you know what, we can do that. And maybe if you put it in this order to change things around a little bit, so you can stay kind of within their vision, but make it, find a way to make it even easier for them, because you're the expert. And that's what they're looking for, is that they're looking to lean on your expertise. Whether or not they come flat out and say that, or that's just kind of what they're hoping in the back of their mind, is that they want someone in your position, any of us in the wedding business, to really step in. And it's not take control. That's not the right word, but to guide. I mean, Andrew, as the DJ, one of the things that we do from the DJ side of the stuff is to really kind of walk that couple through order of events, through steps. We don't talk about like timelines and stuff like that, but you kind of guide them, right?
Yeah. It was a question. Yeah.
How do you do that, Andrew? How do you guide them through that process?
Guide them as in, we don't tell them, hey, you're going to be doing, you're going to say these things, walk here. It's more of, hey, here's what's coming up next, kind of getting them ready for what's coming up next. Like, hey, we're going to put people in order. We're going to do grand entrance. And then it's just kind of just giving them a heads up of, hey, if we're doing cake right after the grand entrance, we're going to have you go here, give me a heads up, good transition from one to the other. Maybe after toast, say, hey, here's kind of how the order of the first dances go. I'm going to have you do this. Don't worry. I'll tell you what to do and when to do it. You know.
And that's the whole point, is that you don't want them thinking, oh, I've got to do this and I've got to do that. It's the experts, it's the professionals that take care of that. And that's, what Linda is saying, is that, they kind of walk you through that. It's the same thing from any of us. A good photographer is going to do the exact same thing. It's going to kind of guide them through based on their ideas. Like, by the time Andrew, as the DJ, by the time you get to the reception, they've already gone over all of those details. Like with me, or here at the office, we've got all of that in line, so they kind of know what's coming, and then it's just a matter of you triggering that for them, so they don't have to worry about a thing.
Yeah,
that is Exactly. And you had mentioned flexibility. So that's a big part of it. You know, like my favorite term to use when it comes to weddings is ish, ISH. And you use it twice. You use it when you're first planning everything out because you don't definitively know your times yet. And then the day of the wedding, because there's 2 times in the world. There's the time you write down, and then there's wedding time. And those usually don't match up. So there's that ish factor. So how are you with flexibility with a couple of things? They suddenly kind of zig right when you weren't expecting them to. But
I think we nail it. I think we're fantastic when it comes to thinking on our feet, reading the crowd, kind of determining what people's needs are even before they know what their needs are.
Right.
You know, if we need to switch up a song, if I've had a situation where the groom's father decided he wanted to do a money dance at, later in the evening. We have an outline. We have a generalized time frame. There's certain things that we know we want to accomplish, but we feel the energy of the crowd, of the guests, of the bride, of the groom, and we can modify in the moment. I think we're great at it, quite frankly.
Absolutely. Yeah. So to kind of summarize all this, and I know you've brought it up kind of in multiple different directions, but let's kind of just focus in to summarize. Overall, what can couples expect from VOWS when they walk in or when they work with you? What do they expect?
Well, we're really a full service, intimate wedding venue. And really we specialize solely in weddings and receptions. So you're in very good hands when you walk through the door. We simplify the process. We have the vendors in place. You come in, you make one deposit for all of these different services.
Nice.
We professionally plan it and put it together. We have a beautiful venue. If you're looking for that type of a service, we're one of a kind in the state of Iowa.
That's awesome. So one thing that you had mentioned with that, so if they're making kind of one initial payment, you've got multiple vendors coming in. Let's say, they've got a photographer, maybe they've got, the catering and a DJ and everything. You take care of all the billing for them?
Well,
did I understand you correctly on that?
Yes.
That is awesome. So they really only have to worry about paying one person, and you take care of everybody else. I think that's great. That's something that we've been talking about evolving the platform into having that as an option. And it's something that we'll do down the road as we kind of continue to establish our credibility as an internet source. It's a lot easier kind of one-on-one when you're talking to Linda. It's a little bit scarier when you're like, oh yeah, send it to rstressfreewedding.com. Send your $25,000 to us and we will pay out all of the vendors. So I think we need to, and we would, for the record.
Of course.
But I think we want to, have a little bit more time to, add that degree of credibility to that as we grow in there. So another simple question. And again, I think you've kind of touched on this throughout the show, but just to summarize, why are you in the wedding industry?
It checks all of my personal boxes. My daughter and I were just talking the other day about how fascinating we probably have had 10 weddings so far. Mm-hmm. And the guests that are coming are so fascinating. We had a group of guests from Colombia. We've had couples from Australia. We have, they came and toured last night and they really want to get married in 3 weeks. So I'm hoping that they're going to make a commitment on their date. But,
sure.
She's from Germany. I said, oh my gosh, how fabulous is this that we go to work and we're meeting all of these unique and interesting people, and they're fantastic guests. We had a group on Friday night, Polynesian. I'm like, how is this happening? All of, it's wonderful. I'm being very heartfelt when I say we truly enjoy our couples. We truly enjoy our guests. And we really do want to give you the most special day of your life on your wedding day. We really do strive to do that.
And I think you've made that very clear through the course of this conversation, which is is perfect. That's why I really like doing these shows, because you can put all this information on your Facebook page, you can put all this information on your website, and people can read it and look at it and go, oh yeah, it's they're really good writers. But to actually see you on a show, especially a show with literally hundreds of subscribers on it.
And yet I'm still nervous.
You're doing great. Wait till we get to the gotcha question section. That's next. So here's my big gotcha question. What is, in your career in the wedding industry, what's your favorite moment at a wedding or a reception? Kind of what's that one moment where you're like, oh yeah.
Well, my favorite things are the original tour, meeting people and hearing their story. I love to hear about their vision for their day. I love when the couple first arrives, or when the bride first arrives. I love to see the reactions of the couples and kind of, I just take in their feelings for the day, whether it's excitement or they're nervous, or, it's all very real and genuine. And so I love that. It's cute to see the cake cutting and the first dance. Sometimes the father-daughter dances really get me. I love the toasts, and I love the send-offs. I love talking with the couples after the wedding and getting their feedback. I love sending the galleries over that they've been waiting for. I love seeing all the photos go out on Instagram. I love the Google reviews. I don't know. Don't ask me about favorites, because I like variety.
I love it. Let me summarize for those of you playing the game at home. Linda loves weddings.
I do.
From the minute they walk in through, to the minute they walk out the door as a married couple, you did the whole spectrum,
everything,
just the everything part. Yep, I think that is. I love that, but that I think that comes across. That shows that genuine love for what you're doing translates into creating the perfect day for that couple. And that is so important, because you got one day. It's not like you can have everything go to hell and you're like, hey, let's just do it again tomorrow. No, you got the one day. And when you've got that kind of love of what you're doing, I think that's great. I think I love that. I can use it too. That's perfect.
That's great.
So, this is actually kind of a challenging final question, because you don't have a lot of specific competition in what you do. That's one of the uniqueness about VOWS. I love that. So, but let me throw this at you and see how you answer it. You have a couple that has one of our hundreds of fans. Let's say, for example, watch this show and they're like, oh, that's where we need to have our wedding. We want it at VOWS. We're gonna call Linda. We're gonna get everything. We're ready to go. We really want it, and you can't help them. You are booked up on that date. There's nothing you can do. You don't even get it out. There's nothing you can do, because you see how I saw her head tilt. She's like, "What if I suggest doing it at 10 o'clock in the morning?" No, there's no way that you're stuck. But as somebody who loves weddings, you just listed all these things that you love about weddings. What would you do to help that couple? What should they look for in their venue? What should they look for their ceremony to help make their day amazing, even though they can't have you?
Oh, okay. I don't know that I fully understand the question. I think, if I didn't have availability, the first thing that I would do, I guess, is clarify what their needs are, what their vision is. And I try to send them in a direction with some contacts where they would be able to meet their needs.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for. Yep.
Question.
Yeah, it does. Because what I'm looking for is, what should they look for in essence in your competition? Because you want them to have an amazing day. And even though you can't help them, so financially, you're already booked on that date, so you're not losing anything, right?
No,
but you still want them to have an amazing day. So what do you do to help them still have an amazing day, even though they can't have it at VOWS? That's what I'm kind of looking for.
I would. Did I answer that? I think I would.
I think
I would clarify their needs. I would try to clarify their needs, and then I would try to partner them up with people,
yes,
a venue or a planner, or I would set them off in the course so that they were successful in finding, what they want for their wedding.
Awesome.
And then, and for the record, I don't really think of competition. I don't think of this industry as being competition. I want my couples to have the day that they want to have. If it is not with me, then it is not with me. And in all honesty, I'm probably going to recognize that and may even point that out to them.
Mm-hmm.
I had one couple early on who came to see me, and they were very private. Their demeanors were shy. I loved this though. After they came in and toured, and I touched base with them and I said, hey, girls, where are we? What's going on? And they said that they had decided that they were going to have a backyard wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to my daughter, Liz, I said, this is perfect. It's perfect for them. They should have a backyard wedding. It's so fitting for them.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah, I'm not kidding when I say I genuinely want couples to pair up with who they feel that their best match is. And I'm more than happy to send couples in that direction if I sense that.
I love that. And I'll tell you what, every time something like this subject has come up, with any of the guests that we've had on the show so far, and honestly, any of the wedding professionals that you find at ourstressfreewedding.com, that is a question that I ask everybody, whether they've been on the show or not. It's kind of one of those qualifying questions. And everybody that's on ourstressfreewedding.com answers with that same answer. And it's, I don't care if you don't hire me. If I'm not the right fit, then I still want you to have an amazing day. But trust me, especially in the DJ business, I've been doing this for 34 years. I have met a lot of sharks out there that, oh no, you need me. I'll do it for $50 in pizza. I'll undercut anybody else just so you hire me, and make it all about them. And there's photographers that do that same thing. There's venues that will do that kind of same thing. They're not, or they, we don't refer anybody else.
Why?
Don't you want them to have a good day? Because when someone tells you, hey, we don't refer anyone else, then they don't actually care about your day. Yeah. It's as simple as that.
We're all heading in the same direction too. We want the couple to have an amazing day.
But it's that group, and that's part of ourstressfreewedding.com. That's what I mean, is that by all of us on the platform are going in that same direction, because all of us at ourstressfreewedding.com want to have you have that kind of day. And when you run into a photographer, a DJ, a venue, a caterer, any of them, videographer, anybody that's out there, they're like, oh no, I don't do referrals. Then they're not actually interested in making your day amazing. They're interested in collecting money at the end of the wedding. And so I think that makes a giant difference. Hey, let's show what VOWS has here at ourstressfreewedding.com. This is their listing. If you want to reach out and learn more about them, Linda taught us a great lesson for putting her page together. And this is I love this. If you notice on here, all of the people like in this picture, all the same size, like all of her images. She was very precise.
Those are all friends of mine.
These
and
are
those
from
all,
your like your styled shoots, right?
these are all,
yeah.
these are all real couples, actually, guys.
Oh,
So I'm all about bringing that real couple energy.
I love it. You know, we need to upgrade you to our one of our photo galleries because we can make this. Now that we've got new tech and new toys, we can
Do
make
it.
some changes. So if you want to reach out to Linda at VOWS DSM, all you got to do, go to our vendor page, just type in VOWS, VOWS, and they will pop right up. If you are a registered user on the platform, and for the record, for our couples, no charge ever, ever, ever. Everything, you know, from our side, our services, free to you to use. And by doing that, that allows you to engage with our messaging system. We've got an internal messaging hub that allows you to call directly from your phone. If you're scrolling on your phone and you take a look at it, you can reach out to them from there. You can save them to favorites if you want to go back and review them a little bit later. You know, when you're looking for your vendors, you get this kind of your lists. You know, you get your ooh, these guys, and oh, okay, these guys too, and oh, there's these guys, and then you got to pare those down. And if you don't have like a favorites list, you're going to be like, who were those guys again? You know, back to list one. And so you can save them to your favorites. So when you log into your portal at ourstressfreewedding.com as a couple, you can go to your favorites section and kind of go back at your leisure and review all the vendors that you've looked at. We want you to be confident in your decision. We want you to be comfortable in making your choice. We want you to have the most amazing day you deserve to have. And that's what we do at ourstressfreewedding.com. It's as simple as that. And you know, someone like Linda on the show is an exact reason and a perfect example of that. It's not just us babbling about, you know, this is what we do. I can prove it because I got, ooh, look, I'm even pointing in the right direction because I got Linda on the show here with me, and she just said, you know, it's not like we fed her the lines. You know, it's we love it. Is there anything else that you want to add, Linda? You've been just so much fun to talk to. Is there anything else that do we miss anything?
I'm telling you, if you talk to me later in the day, it would be more fun.
We could do a whole second show.
So, all right. So
Yeah.
we're going to do a part 2, say about 5 hours from now.
And we need to have Liz on too. So she should be my sidekick because we're a little entertaining when we're together.
Liz, for the record, that's your daughter, and she's awesome as well.
Yeah.
And we will have you guys back on, and we will definitely talk again because I want to see a different collection of hats from you.
Yeah.
And it'd be fun to meet, you know, have your daughter on the show as well. And we can seriously, we're gonna get together. We're gonna have a little party down at your place. We're gonna do like a little cocktail hour. You know, once wedding season is done and all of these wedding professionals can take that breath, maybe we'll do a little road trip down there in November, December, and hang out.
I would love. I do have that slated. I'd love to have a party, really to just recognize my team and everyone that has been involved and cheered me on through the decision to open the business. And you know, the people that have contributed to the kickoff of the business, which I'm ecstatic, you know, that it's going so well and that we're receiving a lot of positive feedback. So I do want to organize something like that to show my appreciation. And I also need to get other wedding vendors in here to see the space and spoil them a little bit as well. So that's on the platform for me. Hopefully, you know, November or December. So
you and I need to do a little planning. I think we
absolutely. We're planners. We can do this.
We can put something together, and some drinks and cocktails, and then you got to listen to me for a while. So.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Hey, as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We certainly appreciate it. Please, please, please like and subscribe. We love that. We love seeing that number change. It's just exciting to know that more and more people are joining us with what we're doing, and Andrew and I certainly appreciate it. I know all of the amazing shows that we've had, all of the great guests that we've had, certainly appreciate it. Go back, watch some of the old shows too. You can actually see us evolve from our T-shirts and crappy background to we kind of look like we know what we're doing now, don't we? I mean, we got lights and we're fancy and stuff. So next time, we'll have to have you come up, Linda. You can be live in studio. Then we can have adult beverages. So as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching, and you have a stress-free day.